Hey guys, my name is Mallikarjun Tirlapur. Today I am going to give a demo of an application which I have developed as a hobby project in my last few months. Basically, the purpose of this application is to update the microcontroller firmware remotely through an Android device or a Bluetooth communication link. In order to make it happen, I developed bootloader for PIC microcontrollers and an Android application. This project has both hardware and software components. Let us now look at the hardware components. The core components are the PIC microcontroller and Bluetooth modules. For this project, I have used PIC 18F microcontroller and HC05 Bluetooth module connected to it, and PIC 32 microcontroller with RN41 Bluetooth module. This is PIC Kit 3 programmer. This programmer is used only once in this project to load bootloader into these microcontrollers. As I have already loaded bootloader into these microcontrollers, I will just take off the programmer. The host is the Android device. I have designed a simple GUI with couple of buttons and list views. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to update the microcontroller firmware through this Android device. The firmware basically drives stepper motor to rotate in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. So what the Android application does is it takes hex file as an input, decodes it for the binary data, and transmits data to the PIC microcontroller over a Bluetooth. The bootloader in PIC microcontroller receives the binary data, writes it into the flash, and it will start executing it. Now let us see how it works. Now I will open the Android application which I have developed. So one important thing has to be considered before opening this application is you must already paired Bluetooth modules with this Android device, and also you should load the hex files of the firmware into the external storage of this Android device. So to check the available Bluetooth modules, I will press this button. It will list all the paired Bluetooth devices. So I have already paired RN41 Bluetooth module and HC05. The HC05 is connected to the PIC 18F microcontroller. So I will connect this HC05. So it established the Bluetooth communication link successfully. Now I will check the available hex files in the storage by pressing this button. So there are a couple of hex files which I have already loaded into this Android device. I will select motor clockwise.hex file. Okay, in order to update the firmware or transmit binary data from the Android device to the PIC 18F microcontroller, I will have to press this update firmware button. Now I will press this button. Now firmware is getting updated. Now you can see the stepper motor is rotating in the clockwise direction. The stepper motor is connected to the PIC 18F microcontroller. Now what I will do is I will update the firmware. Like I will make a slight modification in the firmware and generate the hex file, and I will again load the hex file into the Android device. Now I will make slight changes in the application firmware. I will make application firmware to drive stepper motor in the anti-clockwise direction. For that in the firmware I will comment clockwise function call and I will uncomment anti-clockwise function call. Now I will build the project. Once the build is successful, it will generate an hex file. So the build is successful. Now I will go to repository where I can find the hex file of this application. So hex file has got generated here. I will move this hex file to internal storage of the Android device. So I will copy it and I will move to internal storage of the Android device. This is the repository I created, hex files. I have moved it here, and I will rename it. I will rename it to motor anti-clockwise. After making slight changes in the firmware to drive stepper motor in the anti-clockwise direction, I generated the hex file. I loaded that hex file into the Android device. Now we will have to repeat the same steps again, but we don't have to connect Bluetooth module once again as it is already connected to the Android device. Now I will have to check the hex file in the storage whether it has got updated in the application or not. For that I will have to press this button. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, motor anti-clockwise .x file is available now. Now I will select this hex file. Now I will press this button to update the firmware. The firmware is getting updated, so you can see the stepper motor is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. So this is how it works, and that's what I have for now. This application can be used in Internet of Things projects to update the device firmware remotely, and that's what I thought of before I started developing this application. And the source code, the bootloader code, the Android application Java code is available in my GitHub repo, and they are public. You can access it anytime you want. And for more information about this project, please visit my GitHub page. There you will get the more information. If you have any questions, please do ask me. And thank you very much for watching this video. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.